Hello, welcome out to the Dice Tower. I'm Wendy Yi.
And I'm Chris Yi.
And today we're going to be reviewing Minecart Town. This is by Jelly Games. And the designers are Shun and Aya from Studio Gigi. And the art is by Sai Beppu.
Sai Beppu's very prolific Japanese artist. Beautiful, cute look to this game about running a town that has minecarts in it. Ooh. And my phone always autocorrects this to Minecart Town, by the way, and I hate it.
Oh, Minecart Town.
The autocorrect, not the game. Anyway, Wendy's going to show you how this one plays, and then we'll give you our thoughts.
In Minecart Town, players are going to be building up each of their own little towns, and in these towns, they're going to be producing goods. They're going to be transporting them along rails and potentially through other building locations. And then they're going to be processing them into other goods, or they're going to be processing them into points. The game takes place across 4 different rounds, and each round has 4 phases to it. The first phase is production, so any building that you have that has this little green symbol here is going to receive the production that's next to it. And this is the way that you're going to fill up your buildings. But if you notice, each building has a certain amount of space it can hold, so it can only produce up to however much it can hold. The next phase is done in turn order, and so players have the choice of either building something or upgrading track. So when you build, you can choose to build one of these either straights or curves from the stack pile, and they cost either a wood or a stone, or you can choose to build one of these buildings here. We have the basic A or B level buildings depending on which set of rounds you're in, and then you have the C buildings over here. The price is in the upper left-hand corner, and the benefit is in the bottom right. Some of them are going to have immediate bonuses. Some are going to have production bonuses, and then some will have benefits or bonuses during the other phases. The other thing you can do on your turn is to upgrade track. You can go ahead and pay an additional stone or wood, and you can flip it over, and it now becomes a 3-way intersection instead of just a 2. Now, the other option is that when you're building track, you can actually immediately build it on the higher cost side, paying that full amount. If not, if you're upgrading, you're paying the difference. Resources for building can come anywhere out of your city. You don't have to have stuff connected by track. However, the next 2 phases will matter where your track is laid. So phase 3 is the transportation track, and that is going to be moving cubes around your board to other spots. Now, any building that is directly adjacent to each other are not considered connecting. Connections can only happen through track. However, you can move through other cities. So for example, right now, mine and forest are connected, but they're connected because we take this track all the way around through the ore mine and back up to this regular mine here. Now, the point of the transportation phase is that you need to move around cubes so that they can land on spaces that have a processing symbol to them, and that is going to be the 4th phase. So if I'm going to transfer stuff here, I'm going to go ahead and transfer both of these cubes across this line here, and then maybe I'll transfer this one down here in hopes of processing in the future. Now that transportation is done, I can take my processing action, and what this will do is it will spend the cubes from the place that it's at, and I'm going to be able to trade them in for points. So I can spend 1 stone and 1 coal for 6 points. As a quick recap, go ahead and produce stuff each round, then you're going to build all the buildings in the tracks that you want to. You're going to transport all your cubes, and then finally you're going to process them. You're going to do that 4 times, and then count up all the score at the end of the game. And there you go. That's a brief overview of how you play Minecart Town.
All right, so starting off with this game, this is a very slight game for what I expected.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting
4 rounds.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting like a brass Birmingham or anything like. But I love games about building railways and connecting different little things, and then resource production engine and conversions and stuff like that. All sounds very promising. It's very short, and you need to know that going into it.
I think so. So because you have some tiles that produce, some tiles that convert, some tiles that give you instant resources, it's interesting because the ones that produce over time, there's 4 rounds total, and if you don't build it, the very first round, really you only have 3. Well, no, even if you build it the first round, you only have 3 productions.
Yeah, and
there's just so little.
Yeah, and I like games that have a quick punchiness to them. I think that this one feels a little short. The actions are quick and back and forth, and the decisions of what you're building, they're not tremendously difficult. I like the little building railways and stuff to connect little things. Ooh, do I spend 2 to build like a wider rail connection all at once? Maybe, right? But that's kind of like the realm of decision making you're having in this game. It's not tremendously wide nor tremendously deep.
I actually do think that it's very clever that you can either build a like 2-path rail or a 3-path rail, because you can either do it all in one turn or you can upgrade later. So you have a little bit of freedom to change if you want to expand out and you want to do some of the tiles that have endgame scoring for stuff around them. But also, it's a little bit of feeling out the market, because this is one of those games where if the stuff out there, you can't afford it and it's not really what you want and you're not ready to pass yet because you have resources you want to spend, you can kind of push your luck a little bit and be like, I'm going to build a small rail. And that small rail is going to give me another round. And if I have to, I can upgrade it to a big rail next round to give me another round that hopefully someone will have drawn something out of the market so that I can get something new.
I think that's maybe one of the biggest downsides of this game is that the market, you're very much at the mercy of it. You might invest in some like long-term scoring thing and, you need sheep in order to convert into lots of points. And you're just kind of waiting for sheep tiles to show up. And if there's not many sheep tiles, there's not a lot of ways to kind of do anything else. You have to now lean into something else, but that scoring tile that you might have invested on early to say like, ooh, I bet I can make this work. It's not working.
The sheep are not coming out. Yeah, it's interesting because I think that they mitigate that a little bit by having you stack the same buildings on top so you don't have a market full of all the same stuff. But I don't know if it mitigates it enough. Because you have, 6 letter buildings out in a 2-player game, 7 or 8 in a 3 and a 4-player game. Like, it's just really not that much. I do like that the C buildings stay out the whole time, so you can look a little bit ahead. But yeah, I almost wish that you just had all A, Bs, and Cs. You can kind of progress as you want to progress instead of that hard middle cut where it's like, now we are doing very little production and we're moving on to just processing.
It's one of those games where it kind of feels like it would benefit from having one of those. Every player can, once a game, wipe the market and kind of put out new tiles, right? Cascadia kind of figured that out. Certain games like that have figured out little ways. Dune Imperium has that one of the expansions. And I feel like this one needs it. And it's fine. Everything about this game, I think, works. And I don't have any like major complaints about it, but that is one of the big things is that, I'm kind of, I have the luck of the draw and see what happens. Oh, but it's fun to mitigate in those cases. In some games it is more than I think it is in this one, because I also think that the main action driving system of this, is fine, but it's not really like exciting turns either to kind of spice up those 4 very short rounds.
I agree. So I'm going to come at this with a 6.5. I feel like it's close, but it just needs a little bit more playtesting, a little bit more development for it to really get to be there for an approved for me. But like you said, like there's nothing wrong with it. Everything in it works. I just want it to have a little bit more fun and a little more excitement and a little bit more ability to plan ahead or at least change up that market a little bit.
I'm coming at a 6 on this one. And I know that sometimes numbers don't do a good job summarizing all the feelings on it. That's why we kind of explain here, right? Like, there is nothing wrong with this game except for perhaps lack of excitement. And so that, for me, means it's not a game that I'm going to be coming back to nor recommending to people. But if someone had it set up and said, do you want to play Minecart Town? Like, yeah, because it's a quick, 30-minute romp. And it's going to go quickly. It's going to go smooth. Yeah, but it won't necessarily have peaks of excitement. Oh yeah, I finally did this exciting thing. Ooh, I have these tough choices to make with a simple rule set. No, you have pretty easy choices to make in an easy rule set, and so for me that just slides in right at a 6. Right? It's fine. It's all right.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's our thoughts on Minecart Town. Go ahead and share in the comments if you've had a chance to play this and what your thoughts are on it as well.
We'd also like to give a quick shout out to a few of our backers from last year's Game Found. So first off, we have got Mel and Shari. We have T. West Moore, and we have My Lovely Family.
T. West Moore. Hey, what's up, T. West?
Well, there's more. My lovely
Swift.
family, Doran, Elia, and Micah, thanks for all the games we play and all the love you give me. I'm not sure who this lovely family of mine is, but y'all are fantastic.
Thanks for joining us today. I'm Wendy Yi.
And I'm Chris Yi.
Have fun playing games and riding on minecarts.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another video from the Dice Tower. Hey, you want to learn more about us, communicate with us? We have a Facebook group, we have a Discord channel, lots of different ways to get involved with the Dice Tower. You can find that in our Linktree link below. So just click that, it will take you and you can communicate with us on Facebook, join our Facebook groups. There's lots of cool things that you can find and become part of the Dice Tower. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Tom Bassel.
I actually really wish that I could ride on a minecart.
Did you play Super Mario RPG?
Yes.
Yeah, that whole minecart section of it with the mole people.
Yeah.
The best.
Yeah, Mario Kart, you're playing, but there's like a little mine tunnel thing map. That's one of
good.
my favorite ones. It's got really big swooshes.
I like big swooshes and I cannot lie.
Your
You
roller
other
coaster
carts
can't deny. When a
Mole walks in with a itty bitty teeth